I'm just going to start here with a little bit of this, just so everybody's on the same page here today. Extremely aware of who we're playing. With New England coming in here, I've been a part of games against Coach Belichick for a long time. Had a chance to visit him years and years ago as a college coach. And as far as my job's concerned with special teams, his handprint is all over it. There's exotic looks and punt rushes everywhere from 9 to 10 to 11-man rushes that we've got to prepare for, that he's done to everyone in the league. And he's got a long-time kicker that's got great experience. He's playing well, and the punter's been playing well for him. Cardona's been in the league for 7 years. He's a Navy man, as we all know about Coach Belichick. Him and I go back and forth during that game. I always text him, "Go Army, beat Navy." So I'm more of an Army guy. And, the return guy is quick. He's kind of fearless back there. He's got great speed. He can go the distance. And so this is obviously a big game for us, special teams-wise, playing here at home with him and his staff. They're extremely well coached. They're extremely physical, fast, and give you a lot to prepare for. So just wanted to make sure we're all on the same page, that we're kind of moving in the direction of this game coming here. So with that, I'll take any questions you may have.
Hey, Rich, and I can build off that too. With Matthew Slater, what has enabled him to be the type of player he's been now for as many years as he's been with Bill there?
Yeah, he's got just tremendous awareness and football character. When you see him, he plays all over the place for him. He's kind of a key in everything that they do. He's been a tremendous gunner, a long time in the league, and he just plays like he loves football. He's a hard guy to go against, and we'll have our hands full with him.
Rich, where have you seen the biggest progress with your guys from week to week to week? Where's the jump come, do you think, for you guys?
Well, I don't know if there's been a big jump anywhere. I think we're trying to get a little more consistent in the things that we do, and the fundamentals we're trying to improve on. So I don't know if we've had a big jump anywhere. I just think we're still on the come. We have a long way to go, and we try to get a little bit better today, and hopefully tomorrow we'll try to do the same thing.
Where do you see, talk about consistency, where do you see room for improvement, where you can get better? Is it just across the board, or is there's
Yeah, I think room for improvement is going to be ongoing, probably for the rest of my life. And so certainly, in football terms, there's always going to be room for improvement, and where you get your eyes, where you get your hands, where you put your feet, all those things, and we're no different.
Late in the game on Sunday, Amari had that fair catch, and it looked like there was a lot of room there. Was that just a planned fair catch there?
Yeah, look where we were in the game. We had the lead, and I think we was backed up a litof bit on that one, so I thought he made a good decision. The one before, I think we kind of let him free a little bit on the outside, and kind of felt like it was close to him. So I think he did a good job on that last one. Getting us the ball back on offense is a big thing.
So what have you thought of his decision making? I would think that's probably a hard job to focus on a football, but then also focus on 11 guys running on the field to try to hit you.
Yeah, I mean, it's what he's been doing for a long time, right? Those guys that go back there, to try to make a difference in the game, and there's a lot of different things you can do to get a feel for guys around you, whether they're too close, and there's also a clock in their head, how long that ball is in the air, kind of whether he's going to fair catch or not. But that was a situation where I thought he made a good decision.
I know it's really early, but I think y'all are leading the league in your field position versus the other guy's field position. What's been working for you that's been able to do as well in that category so far, or is it just too early to tell?
Well, again, talking about field position, we're playing the ultimate, field position coach in this week's game. He does everything possible to gain field position throughout the game, and we're really trying to do the same thing. Our job on punt is to it's the last play of offense. You got to protect the ball, and then we transition to the first play of defense. Try to set your defense, and we haven't had many shots in the kickoff return game to set the offense, but we've done it from the punt return perspective a little bit. The penalty cost us in the game last week. Also, I think we had a really advantageous field position somewhere inside the 30.
Rich, that's interesting you just said ultimate field position guy, because that Super Bowl against the Rams, low scoring against Sean McVay, what I think folks at home missed out because they cut to the commercial was it was just crazy how both those teams were burying each other deep in their territory. Do you remember that about that game?
Yeah, I believe I watched the the game this week. So, again, we try to watch as much as we can. But when you have those games that are, played like that, and ours really last week was a little bit like that. We did a good job at times, putting the ball back inside their 15 or inside the 20 to give our defense a chance for them to have to play, long field. And when you get in those kind of games, you have to do a good job protecting the punter first, and then after that, you have to do a good job of covering. And I think we'll kind of get into those battles a little bit, certainly coming this week.
This is probably a dumb question, but in Tipa's instance, when I'm not trying to get you to say it was a bad call, but is there anything those guys can do when they're rushing so they don't put themselves in a position where they can be easily, potentially pushed into the guy and have that called against you, or could he not have done anything differently?
I thought they did exactly what they were asked to do.
I think it's been a while since you got an NFC Special Teams of the Week player, but you got that this week. That must have been a good moment for Pat.
Yeah, it was good. It was good for the whole group, and obviously it was certainly Pat was the facilitator in all of that. But we have to snap it, and you have to protect it, and you have to cover it. And I think it's certainly it's a team award. I think Pat would say the same thing. So, but that game is long gone, right? It's only going to depend on what we do going forward.
Do you have any history with Corey Valentine? Or do you know?
I just know of him. I know he's on our practice squad now. I know he's had some kick return in his past. So at this point, right now, I'm just worried about the guys that are going to play in this game.
The onside kick, is that exactly how you want Lazard to play that, to be aggressive, get after the ball?
Yeah, I think the guys in front of him did a really good job at blocking as well. Sav did a heck of a job, and Razul did a heck of a job coming in front and getting their hands on those twist guys in the block. And then we always want to play back to front, a little bit like a shortstop. And I thought, Allen did a tremendous job going to be aggressive and getting the football.
Talked about Belichick and his special teams background. Is he like one of the main guys you've kind of studied in the past in terms of getting your special teams the way you wanted, or who are some of the other guys you've kind of studied?
Yeah, I mean, certainly Coach Belichick goes back to when I was a kid, and he was coaching at the Giants, and they had Lawrence Taylor playing gunner out there, for the Giants. They used to practice at pace, and I'd go watch them then. And like I said, when I got to be in college, and I'd got a chance to go visit when they were up there in New England, Brad Seeley was the special teams coach, who's been a huge factor in my learning and special teams. And so I've studied them for a long time. And certainly these guys that have become head coaches that have special teams in their background, you always kind of follow their tape to see how their teams play in special teams. And Joe Judge has become a head coach, and now he's back with them. And so there's a lot of guys involved with special teams there in New England. They've been in the top 5 for a long, long time. And talking about Slater and 22 for them is a tremendous score. He's a tremendous player for them coverage-wise, and he's been in the league, I think, going on 10 years, and Slater's like 14, and so we have a lot of respect for the way they play.
That'd be nice to have LT as a gunner. That'd be kind of
I'm
nice.
sorry?
That'd be nice to have LT as a gunner.
Yeah, it's you can look that up. He played out there.